Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Ray with BudgetShooting.com. Today I'm really excited because I finally got the chassis in for my 300 Blackout bolt action build. Picked up a Screech chassis from Jtac Industries since it's going on a 700 Remington 700 pattern receiver. Never really been an unboxing channel, never been into unboxing videos, but there's not a whole lot of information on this chassis online, so I figured I would do a little unboxing, a little bit of my first impression, go over some of the features of it that I enjoyed, and that's the reason I picked it over some of the other competition chassis. But yeah, so today I'm just going to do a quick unboxing of it, give you guys some close-up video of the chassis and everything like that, and then we'll head back into my office and I will get this build going and show you guys the final product, show you some of the other parts that I picked for this build, stuff like that. Alrighty, so let's get this thing open, check it out. There really wasn't a whole lot online about this chassis when I was looking to buy it, but they do make the LFL, which is an awesome little gun. You can find a lot of reviews on that. And this is basically the same chassis, just built for the 700 pattern receivers. So I figured I'd check it out. I wanted a nice little compact build in 300 Blackout so I could suppress it. More of a fun gun than anything, but I just really like the way these little compact bolt actions look, so I figured I'd give one a try. Just comes with some instructions in the box. Got your new action screws. Let's go with the chassis first. There she is. Nice little short, really lightweight aluminum chassis. There we go, finally focused. The machining on it looks really nice, as does the Cerakote. Not really any blemishes that I can find. I really like the color. This is just the factory color that they come with. They do have a whole bunch of other options, but I was really digging this gray color. Really uniform overall. Color matches pretty good on the forearm with the rest of the chassis. The separate piece, it looks like it's a tiny bit darker, but I don't really mind. It's pretty uniform in color, especially in person. But the machining on this thing just looks fantastic. I really like the mag release they have on here. Let's see if I can get that in focus. Just right in front of the trigger guard. Nice little short actuation. Takes AICS magazines for the 700 pattern stuff. I believe their Howa pattern stuff takes the Howa mini factory magazines, or whatever comes with your Howa action if it's not a mini action. Yeah, this thing looks really nice overall. I'm really impressed with it. Another reason I went with this is this back piece is interchangeable. They have a stock option and a brace option that goes on here. They also have a AR buffer tube interface that you can put on the back, and it's all hot swappable. If you decide you're going to change setups in the future, you can just change out this back end. I went with the 1913 Picatinny option. So I had some leftover buffer tube parts and I wanted a folding interface, and so I went with a Midwest folding interface, but this just clips on the back. There we go. And I'll get this tightened down a little bit later, but just screws in with that on the back, and then you've got your Picatinny interface on the back. First impressions are great with this. I am really happy with fit and finish. The engraving is nice. All the machining is nice. Awesome. Super excited about that. Anyway, I'll fumble with this a little bit more, get it tightened up, and then we'll move into my office and I will show you guys the rest of the parts that I picked for this build, and we'll get this thing all built out. Alrighty, well I guess I'll go over the rest of the parts that I got for this build now that I finally have the chassis. Which, by the way, didn't really take all that long. Jtac had a couple of delays, but they kept everyone in the loop on that. Super happy with the service that I got from them. No issues there. It is a custom chassis from a small manufacturer, so I get it. It didn't take more than a month for me to get everything, and it was within their updated lead times after they told us that they were having some delays, so no worries about that. But yeah, the rest of the build is based on a custom stiller action. I've got a Jtac Industries barrel. It's a 9-inch barrel, rummage style, so it uses a Savage barrel nut interface. This is a Stiller Predator action. We've got a factory Remington 700 trigger on there right now. Everything came as stainless. I got it all from Pacific Tool and Gauge. It all came as stainless. The bolt is made out of tool steel from PTG, and I was starting to notice some surface spotting and rust on it, so I went ahead and had the bolt nitrided from a local shop, MLS Arms. It's local to Phoenix, Arizona. If you guys are in the area, I highly recommend them. They did awesome work on this bolt. The barrel and action I coated in Norell's Moly resin. It's their burnt bronze color. These lights really don't do this thing justice. It looks awesome. It's a deep root beer metallic brown in person, but really happy with that, how that turned out. Pretty easy to assemble at home. I did all of the head spacing of the barrel, everything like that. I took it out, tested it with a cut down Remington 700 stock that I cut down into a pistol grip for it, just to do some test firing and stuff like that with the suppressor, and it performed really well. Surprisingly easier than I thought to do the at-home barrel installation with a set of go gauges, but really happy with the action. The price I got it for, everything from Pacific Tool and Gauge, was awesome. They were having a sale on those Stiller Predator actions, so I jumped on that. As far as everything else, MDT 223 AICS pattern mag. This whole build was based off of being able to use AICS mag, since there's not a lot of AR mag compatibility with bolt actions currently. This is just a Jtac Industries shockwave blade that I had left over from an old AR pistol build. Same with the buffer tube, AR pistol buffer tube. This is a Midwest Industries folding adapter for the Picatinny interface. Should work real well if I can get it to focus. Should work real well with the Picatinny interface on the back of the chassis. MDT vertical grip. I run this on one of my other chassis builds, one of my 6.5s. I love the way this grip feels in the hand when paired with a chassis, so I figured I'd get another one, use it for this build. And then as far as the optics go, it is just a 300 Blackout. I'm not going to be doing any super long range stuff with this. I mean, I'm probably going to push it, but not past a couple hundred yards. So this is also left over from an old build. It's just a Vortex Strike Eagle 1:6 by 24. One of their earlier gens. I'm not 100% sure what updates were after that, but 1:6 should be plenty for this thing. But yeah, that's the basics of the build. I will go ahead and get this thing put together, and we will show you guys the final product. So I got everything sized up to put this together, I think. I have to double check this, but Jtac uses 2 different size of these hex keys for some reason on the action screws. Not a huge fan of that, but I'm sure they have their reasons, and that's just a minor inconvenience. As soon as it's put together, shouldn't really have to take it down much, but figured I'd mention that. And there we go. There's that. It's all been pretty easy to install. Pretty happy with all that. This Midwest Industries folder is pretty neat. It locks in both locations, folds up nice and tight. Pretty happy with that. Not too expensive compared to some other folding options either. So there is that. And really liking this thing the more it comes together. I can't wait to get it out and shoot. And there you have it. Jtac Industries Screech Owl build. This is their 7.5-inch handguard version. Screech Owl meant for the Remington 700 action compatibility. Really not that hard to put together. It's just your basic 2-bolt action. As long as everything else is assembled, your action should just drop in. You tighten those 2 bolts and you're good to go. Really happy with how this turned out. It's super compact when folded. Nice and compact, really not that big at all. And then you have the versatility of pulling this out, having your arm brace ready to go. And even then, it's still a really compact package. The Midwest Industries folder is nice. Like I said, it locks in both directions, so you don't have to worry about this thing going anywhere. Locks up nice. Really happy with the fitment of the 7.5-inch handguard with the 9-inch KAK barrel. Obviously that fitment right there is perfect with my suppressor mount and the handguard. Really happy with Jtac as a whole. The shopping experience was good. Shipped quickly enough. Like I said before, it's a small company shipping out custom chassis, so there's a little bit of weight built in there, but they're working their best getting these products out to people. Really happy with the overall fit and finish. It's not too heavy. Most of the weight is coming from the action and the barrel itself. I mean, those are both stainless. You've got a couple pounds coming from that, and I don't remember the weight of the chassis off the top of my head, but I think all loaded up, it's in the mid 20 ounces. Not that heavy at all. It's everything else that starts to add on weight. I really liked the Jtac L-File when it came out. That was the whole inspiration for this build. I just wanted more versatility of the Remington 700 action, and so that's why I went this route with the custom action in this chassis. Not a whole lot of information out there on this Screech Out chassis, which is why I decided to do this video. So initial impressions are great. I really like the overall fit and finish of everything on this. Hoping in the next couple weeks that I can get out and shoot it and give you guys some hands-on experience with it. Get a little bit more information out there for those who may be shopping this chassis as an option like I was and just wasn't finding much online. But at least for now, just going based on first impressions alone, really happy with this. I'll hold off judgment and recommendation until I get a chance to shoot it, but I'm not seeing any flaws or anything like that that are gonna push me significantly one way or the other. Just based off first impressions, I would recommend it, but we'll see how it does when shooting with the brace interface and everything like that. But I will be sure to keep you guys updated as soon as I get everything. Get the optic on, get this grip adjusted, because it does have some front to back adjustment built in. Nice thing that MDT did with this. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are interested in this content and other Form 1 suppressor content, stuff like that, that's the other stuff that I have on my channel. You can check those videos out. Like I said, in the future, I will have a hands-on review of this thing going up when I get a chance to get out and shoot it. So stick around for that. And thanks for watching.